Sas here, and I'm excited to bring the news. Doll's Nest Orphans, a manga adaptation of the game that was first announced in January, is now out, with its first chapter being released for free just yesterday. What took you so long, you may ask? An entire day off making no video on it. But if you followed our Discord, you should be knowing that all this time I and a bunch of other people been working on translating this first chapter from Japanese to English, and by this time we are almost done, needing only some final definitions, and it will be soon out on our Discord server. Actually, there is already this pre-release, if it can be called that way, what you can find in channels right now if you cannot wait to read it. Go to our Discord, the link is in description, and now I will be spoilering stuff. So, as I already said, Orphans is an adaptation, and it seems that there really will be just depicting a game's playthrough in a manga format. But there is a neat part, with some more details. Details we never had in game and which give some more insight into how things work. Things that previously we could only speculate about. Manga opens right away with our seedling being pinned down by automatons in Central Cavern. She sees a vision or some kind of data projection of Nema above, which seems to give her some resolve. She goes in, shredding some automatons with her aura head, and here we actually see how we store our weapons. In the game, they just pop in and out of existence when we switch them, but in this manga, they depicted how a hanger module deploys a storage arm that grabs the weapon and rests it on the backside. A second arm then deploys the secondary weapon, a Balmung, to slice some autos in close range. She notices incoming missiles, shouting her frame to deploy plasma decoys. But just when we thought she gets an upper hand, a battle rifle automaton pierces Seedling's stomach right through. Here we see another interesting part. Nymphs do bleed in how we used to see this. Previously, judging from the game, it was unclear do they have or do they even need blood, but a sharp eye could pick several item descriptions that mention variant and nymph biofluids, and also the overall bleeding status effect, as well as blood stains on exposed meat on nymph zombies in the Tomb of Divine Wisdom, and also similar blood stains on Nekma's model. It's just that nymphs utilize their biofluids to exchange remolded and processed cells to produce ammo and other related stuff, but it's not necessarily for them to live. At least, a nymph can sustain heavy blood loss and stay alive. Needless to say, severed bionic parts remain operational and useful after lying dormant in the depths for many years. Seedling takes some more damage by surrounding explosions from another salvo of missiles, firing back with her gunner and fleeing as automatons pursue. She manages to hide, leaving to a more quiet area where she finds a data terminal. Another interesting clue, the terminal does not recognize the name Nema, but mentioned that an EMA is a set of programs or rules that govern HUD. It is also revealed that our seedling has some kind of proxy administrator authority, something that could hint us on why Nema's right eye in the game has fused with our girl. What is often interpreted into the idea of seedlings in general, or our character in particular, to have some inheritance over Nema's administrative role within HUD, which allows to replace her. And in a very cool detail, in-game HUD is canon, as manga shows here. The next part is a bit ambiguous. The terminal finds some information regarding an EMA, or well, whatever, and for some reason proceeds to explain that it has lost connection to the central control system and transfers the approximate location of where it or Nama or in AMA could be, but during the process, automatons strike again. Seedling gives them a hard fight, but eventually gets absolutely obliterated. Even YouTube makes its part, erasing her precious nipples. Сука. Бля. The girl falls down into the starting area of Central Cavern from the game. A cell butterfly flies in. A butterfly that we can often see in the game near Nama or in the Amo weak point bonus pickups. And finally, when we use road access codes to teleport to a node tree. This is what happens here as well. This seedling humanoid dies, and butterflies most likely have something to do with data transfer of seedling's consciousness. And also, Nama uses these butterflies, or at least they're just present in her visual effects when she changes her battle frame in her boss fight. And then, accompanied by the same introduction we had in the game, the seedling canonically respawns. This could be noticed in the game as well, as when we die, changes we made to the world persist. If we attack neutral NPCs and die, they'll comment on our return, remembering that we are hostile and re-engage combat right away. Well, that's it. The first chapter of Those Nest Orphans manga. What do you think about it? Put your thoughts in the comments. I'm really excited to see further chapters, seeing how the original scriptwriter of the game, who is also writing for this manga, will reimagine the journey of our seedling, filling in the gaps and adding interesting details that were previously unknown or too ambiguous to us. And personally, I can't wait to see Hattie, Gilliwell and others in this adaptation. I remind you that you can find this translation on our Discord server, and if you're watching this video later, it's now probably fully polished and out in the pinned messages at the Orphans translation channel. And also, I want to announce that you can now support me financially by a $2 monthly subscription at my Boosty page. It is an analog of Patreon if you're unfamiliar with this site. Okay, that's it. Bye bye. Блядь, ну, конечно, спидозная хуйня получается, но похуй.